Welcome to PCE, Upper Intermediate, Module A, Day 9. First word for today is aid. Aid means to give help, help somebody. It can be a verb or a noun, and it's uncountable. Stress pattern is 1. Aid. After the earthquake, countries around the world sent aid. Number 2 is signal. So signal is an action, movement, or sound that gives information, a message, or a warning. Grammar label. It's a verb or noun. If it's a noun, it's countable. How many syllables are in signal? 2. Stress is on the first. I didn't see the traffic signal. Number 3 is committee. Committee is an official group of people for a specific responsibility or task. It's a noun and a countable noun. How many syllables are in committee? 3. Stress is on the second syllable. The committee has reached a decision. Number 4 is indicate. Indicate means to show or hint what happened or what you want. It's a verb. How many syllables? Indicate. 3. Please clearly indicate your choice. So please clearly show what you want. Please clearly show what your choice is. It has a word family, which is indication. Same meaning, except it's a noun and it's a countable noun. How many syllables? Indication. 4. Stress is on the third syllable. There was no indication that anything was on her mind. Number 5 is provision. Provision means supplies that are available. It's a noun, a countable noun. How many syllables? Provision. 3. Stress is on the second. Here's the sentence. You should have sufficient provisions in case of an emergency. So in this case, they're saying if there's an emergency, you should have food and water available. Number 6 is disease. Disease is simply an illness. It's a noun and a countable noun. How many syllables? Disease. 2. Stress on the second. I'm afraid that there's currently no cure for this disease. Oh, that's bad news, huh? Number 7, reveal. Reveal means show something that was secret. It's a verb, and it has 2 syllables. Reveal. Here's a sentence. A magician never reveals his secrets. It has a word family, which is revelation. Same meaning, but this is a countable noun. How many syllables? Revelation. 4. Stress on the third. Now you'll notice the pronunciation is very different. Reveal, revelation. His advice was a revelation to me. Number 8 is executive. Executive is simply a person at the top of a company. It can be an adjective or a noun. How many syllables? Executive. 4. Stress is on the second syllable. The ability to hire and fire people is one of the primary examples of executive power. So, if you are the CEO of a company, you have this power. That is an example of your executive power. Number 9 is pile. So, put things messily on top of one another. It can be a verb or a noun, and there's only 1 syllable. Don't leave your clothes in a pile on the floor. Yeah, perhaps you've heard your parents say this once or twice to you. Number 10 is former. Former is something that came before or something that happened earlier. It's an adjective. And how many syllables? Former. 2. Stress is on the first. He's a former federal employee, so he understands the rules. It has a word family, which is formerly. Same meaning, but this one is an adverb. How many syllables are in formerly? 3, with a stress on the first. This building was formerly a school, now it's a shopping mall. Number 11 is present, which means to give something to somebody. and it's official. So it's a verb. If you remember, you earlier learned the word present, as in here now. One of the differences is the stress pattern. This one has a stress on the second syllable, and it has the z. So it's not present, it's present. Present. Please present your ideas to management. Now, present has a word family. One of them is presentation. This one is a little bit more specific, though. It's a talk giving information about something. It's a countable noun. How many syllables? Presentation. 4, with a stress on the third syllable. Your presentation is worth 10% of your final grade. And lastly, we have presenter, which is just a person giving a presentation. It's also a countable noun. It's kind of like a job. How many syllables? Presenter. 3, stresses on the second. We have 2 presenters scheduled for tonight. Number 12 is scientific. Scientific simply means related to science. It's an adjective. How many syllables? Scientific. 3, and the stress is on the second syllable, scientific. There is no scientific evidence that this works. Now we have a word family here, which is scientifically. Same meaning, but this is an adverb. As we see here, it has 4 syllables, stresses on the third, scientifically. Scientifically speaking, this new medicine is still untested. And then the last one is scientist. Somebody who works with science. It's a job, so it's a countable noun. How many syllables? Scientist. 3, stresses on the first. And of course we have science. Hopefully you know this one already. Just a study of how the world works. It's a noun. It has 2 syllables. Science. Here are the sentences for day 9. Sentence number 1. Researchers revealed the cause of the disease. Researchers revealed the cause of the disease. Sentence 2. I was formerly a scientist, but now I am retired. I was formerly a scientist, but now I am retired. Sentence number 3. The committee decided to replace our chief executive officer. The committee decided to replace our chief executive officer. That's it. Congratulations on finishing day 9.